tying up all the loose ends. Today, hopefully, I'll get the engine oil cooler, radiator, intercooler cold pipe, get all my power steering lines and stuff tidied up, ignition coil on, potentially get the hot pipe on, and just button all that little stuff up. I don't think I'll get to the mid pipe today, so I'd like to start on it maybe this evening. But yeah, by the end of today, it'll look like it's a fairly complete engine bay, but there'll still be a lot of little, detailed things to finish up. So cut to the time lapse. Let's get to work.
I feel like somebody's watching me.
Alright guys, we're about 4 hours in for today. I think I'm going to take a little break, eat some lunch and whatnot. I got the ignition coil on, and the wires, run around. I need to get some insulation, like sealer foam, so I can seal the top part of the radiator to the core support. And I can bolt that in, and I can play with getting all the relays hooked back up. Hopefully I can remember which wires go where. Got these all tied up, kind of finalized. Still need to do my air temp sensor wire, which I usually tie to my radiator pipe, so I need to get the radiator in, so I can do that. I did find out I put an A-in fitting on the idle air control valve, just because it has a lot, well, not a lot, but it has plumbing running on the inside of the intake manifold. I forgot to put it on there. I didn't want to deal with trying to get it on, plus it would just clean it up a little bit. And I really hate, like, if you ever pull the intercooler pipe off, pulling that hose off, because I have it a tight fit with just a regular spring clamp, like a factory clamp, because I don't like the way hose clamps look everywhere, so I try to avoid them where I can. And it was just a pain to get that thing off, so by just putting an A-in fitting there, if I ever pull it off, just makes it easier. So put this on the idle air control valve, and I thought it would fit at the time, but when you put the starter motor on there, there's not enough room to actually get a fitting on here. So I have to redo this. I have a 90-degree guy. I'll cut him off and weld him on like that, so then I'll be able to put a fitting on it easy. But I'll do that sometime throughout the week, probably work on lunch or something. But yeah, making some progress. I'd like to get, like I said, the radiator in there. I'd like to get the intercooler hot pipe in there, just so this corner can be, I won't say done, but like pretty close to finished up. I still need to drill and tap my compressor housing for the wastegate line and a couple other little things, but this side's starting to get pretty close to finished up. And then get that, like I said, it's a bunch of little stuff I still have to do. Oil cooler's in, so that's done. Radiator fans, electrical, working on that. Cold pipe, that's ready to go on. Ignition coil's on. I still need to drill and tap the hole for the coolant temp sensor. Need to get power steering fluid. Need to get some little sticky blocks for to hold these wires a little bit more secure. I'd like to just get one right under here so I can tie it down to the fender. Normally I'd use like a tie wrap block that you would like JB Weld or epoxy to the car, but shouldn't be that much heat over there, so I'm going to give one of the sticky blocks a try first, and they're cheaper and easier to get than an actual aluminum tie wrap block. And if it doesn't last, then we'll switch it up, but I'm crossing my fingers that'll hold up to the environment there. So yeah, I think today we might just keep plugging away on a bunch of little stuff, and then if I have time tomorrow, I'll start on the mid-pipe deal. But yeah, I'll pause for lunch, and then I'm sure in a few seconds you're going to see me again, and we'll go back to work. Probably tying this to the end of the last clip. I didn't get a whole lot done, so I'm just kind of putting some stuff together that I did over the weekend. That'll be the video. But I didn't have the time lapse going. I didn't plan on doing as much as I ended up getting done, so I'm sorry. But we got the water pipes on. I got them all, halfway cleaned up. I have black couplers on them now. Very hard to get on because the scrap tube I had to make the radiator pipes out of is a little bit bigger than the actual radiator and outlet inlet on the motor. So it was a fight to get this stuff, which properly fits the radiator and the engine, to slip over the pipe. But with a little bit of silicone, we got them to fit. Let's hit the pipe with a quick bit of Scotch-Brite to get some of the stain from just water spots getting on it from last year. So the water pipes are in. It's able to zip tie and just plug in the intake air temp sensor. What else did I do? I got the radiator bolted in. Just same thing as kind of Scotch-Brite at the top to get it a little bit clean. Yeah, the coolers are in, which I think I said that in the last one. Obviously the engine oil cooler I'm not going to hook up while I'm breaking in the engine. So I just have it in and plugs in the lines, running the factory filter in the factory location, and after I drive it for a little while and change the oil and filter a few times, then I'll hook up the cooler. Plus, till really the end of May, I don't even need an engine oil cooler, which would be interesting to see what the change is if I do an event, like a couple weekends back to back. One weekend without the cooler, see what the temps are, next weekend with the cooler, see how it affects it if the weather's about the same. But yeah, that's about it for the weekend. I got a coupler coming so I can put on my intercooler hot pipe. Still need to make my inlet, which now I'm kind of regretting the fact I somewhat cut up the pipe that got it outside of the bay, because I think it might actually look cleaner that way. So I might go back in here and actually run the tube through this cutout, have the filter down here. The only downside to that is when it rains and stuff, there's shields around it, but I'm always a little worried about picking up water, and if something ever does happen and say I get a collision in this corner, because the pipe's hard bolted to the body, it has a lot better chance of coming in and impacting the turbo and destroying the turbocharger more or less, versus if I just have a short stubby and an air filter right here. If there's a crash or something, it's just got one coupler so it can swing and move and, hopefully not damage the turbocharger. So little food for thought, a little more performance by outside the car, but potential for damage in the event of an accident, and potentially pulling water and stuff up into it. But I have a pre-filter and some shielding, so that shouldn't really be an issue. So the question is cleanliness versus building a setup that will possibly cause less damage if in case of a bump, fender bender, pretty much. But that's about it. Sadly, I did not get anything done on the mid pipe at all, which is the one thing I was trying to do over the weekend, but I didn't record it. Buddy Andy, I want to call him Randy. Andy came over and I started working on installing his bolt-in roll cage, which is not made for his car, so we're having to bend boxes and place it and stuff like that. So I got busy with that the second half of Saturday. So not as much time as I wanted to put it on the car, but no big deal. We'll keep chugging away this week, so that'll be the big thing throughout the week, is to get the start on the mid pipe and start buttoning stuff up. I'm starting to run out of some of the bigger things. I'm starting to run out of, the to-do list is getting shorter, so thinking in 2 weeks we'll probably fire it up, so fingers crossed. Until next time, see you guys later.